Hello. Well, it has been exactly about 1 year since I installed the Portapilot, the portable autopilot, into the plane. And so I thought, you know what, this would be a good opportunity to talk about it. I've been flying with it for a year. Thought, hey, let's do an update. So we just finished up with the annual for this year. I've flown it a little bit, but not much. But I thought, hey, let's take it for a spin, and we can give a little chat about the autopilot and an update on what's going on. So let's see you in the air.
So again, the Portapilot is a portable autopilot that clamps onto your yoke, clamps onto the yoke collar up here, and it has a coupler that couples together the two units to steer it with a servo. So a pretty ingenious little device. So I made an on-off switch for mine, so when I am taxiing straight and level here, I turn the unit on. So as you can see here, when the green light's flashing, I have a GPS signal, and that's driving from my iFly tablet. And it is powering this as well as my AV30 up there. Okay, so we are going to input a route into here. So we are just going to fly up to the Tazewell Airport, put on flight planning, fly direct to there. I know I'm going to be taking off runway 5 here. So we are going to about do that, and that should give us a route up there. So now that we got that inputted into the GPS, this will allow us to do a course tracking. Morristown traffic, Cessna 18 Golf, be taking off runway 5 for north departure, Morristown. Okay, so here we go. I thought I had a splitter for that. Maybe I did. Okay. Everything seems to be working. Airspeed's alive, instruments are in the green. We have positive rotation, and we are airborne. We are climbing good today. Wow. Okay, so one of the big benefits to the Portapilot is its ease of installation. So it's got a little bit of stuff down here, a little bit of clutter, just from the control unit on here and this and that. So a little more than you'd see in a traditional autopilot installation, but you make up for that obviously with cost. So easy enough. You've got this the actuator that goes in here, and I'm going to real quick just make sure that I've got the altimeter matching. I can set the barometric pressure in here, and I need to also input my indicated airspeed, so I'm going 60 knots right now, and it just allows it to recognize some different things. So to install it, all you do is insert this, get a little straight and level here, and you just couple that together. And like I said, I'll have to work with the trim here. And I'm going to go ahead and have it follow the GPS route. See, it's intercepting the course over there. And it's coming up on this to start heading north, so I'll show you what that does. And it shows the cross track. I can read my altitude as well. And there, that just went like that. So right there, it begins its turn. And I just have to baby the trim here. So it is turning. Okay, that was a very sharp turn. So now it is going back on course. And there you have it. So now it is tracking the course. 17 miles. We're climbing up here. I'm going to kind of just ease the climb out. And for the most part, except for establishing your trim, which in any autopilot there's a little bit of trim adjustment to get it set, it's hands off. Let's talk for a minute about the pros. The pros, like I've talked about, is installation's been fairly easy. I did a little bit of customization with my particular aircraft, just because of the way my panel was set up and everything. But that's not true in all aircraft. I didn't have a cigarette lighter, so I had to do my power a little bit different. Cost, of course, is a big one. The other plus to it is it's effective. So I've had probably about 50 hours, give or take, behind it in the last year. And that's been pretty much trouble-free. I've flown in all kinds of conditions, from smooth to turbulent like it is today. Definitely have a little bit of turbulence today, and it handles all conditions pretty good. One con I had with it, and it wasn't a con, was it took a little while to get the setup, the parameters set, to avoid it wanting to fly through the course and oscillate on the nav setting. And I had to up the roll gain to about 50 to 55 and up the torque on the unit, and now it tracks really, really smooth. But other than that, yeah, no trouble whatsoever. The other thing, like that I ended up doing, was the way this connector and the cord came out was kind of awkward. I ended up getting some 90s to be able to route the cord so it wasn't in the way right here, and kind of did that same thing back here so it was out of the way. So much cleaner installation, I think. Yeah, so it's very windy today. We got quite a bit of wind and turbulence, but it's tracking the course really nicely. Got a 17 knot tailwind right now. All right. So again, it's tracking just beautifully. Got over here and the wind's died down, and there we are coming into Tazewell. So very easy, quick flight. parameters set, like I said, has been the biggest thing with it, but once that's done, it's set it and forget it. Now to turn it off here as I descend in here and desire to land, you can, I got my switch, so I'll just turn it off and disconnect it, just like that. And now the yoke, there's no interference from the autopilot whatsoever. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful out. We got a huge storm system coming in. Lots of rain, so I'm looking forward to, glad I got a chance to just even do a short flight like this. I haven't been over to this airport in quite some time, so. Tazewell traffic, Cessna 18 Golf is base to final 07. See a full stop taxi back, Tazewell.
Angle, check angle.
Nice smooth landing, wow. I'm impressed with that, if I say so myself. Alright, so I'm going to come in here and reverse the route. And now we are going to create a dog leg, and we're going to create a little pattern here. Something like that. So there, now I got a pattern for it to follow. Alright. Get that up. And we are off. Climbing really, really good today. Okay. You don't want to input the autopilot when you're, they say less than 2,000 feet above the ground. Okay, so again, I just input this, snap those together, and hit the nav. Gotta get my trim set here. And pretty much hands-free. A little bumpy today, and like I said, I'm still on a climb, so. I'd like to have the two-axis one just to try out to see, but for a majority of my flying, most of the time you get it up and set, your trim set, you got to do very, very little amount of work. Most of the workload is in the steering. when you're flying. So this definitely reduces probably 95% of the actual flying workload. And it's on track. It intercepted it, so when we get back up over here, we'll see how it does as it intercepts the pattern. Yeah, it's a great investment for $2,000 for the a little over $2,000 for the single axis, a little over $3,000 for the dual axis. I mean, the thing just works excellent. It's really going to be a game changer on real long cross countries, for sure. I think it's going to reduce so much fatigue. And the longest I've used it on is about 3.5, 4 hours-ish in a day. So, you know, it's going to be the days where you're really, where you're really flying 6, 7, 8 hours. Those are going to be where, you know, it will really pay off, I think, in the fatigue. It allows you to keep your eyes outside, looking around, instead of having to always worry about navigating. And if you got to multitask with doing something, you don't look up and, oh, I'm 10 degrees off course, or worse. So as you can see here, it's coming up toward our pattern. So we'll see how it does. Alright, so 0.4 miles from right there. And we're going to see how it does. Oh, there it goes. And there it's turning us. You can tell it's bumpy. Turning us on course. So it's got us on the 45 now. And it's perfect. Morristown traffic, Cessna 18 Golf is on 45 for the left downwind, runway 05 Morristown.
Morristown traffic, Skygate uniform. We are 15 miles to the west. We're going to set up for the straight in runway 5, Morristown.
And it's going to be coming up here in point 3 to our hitting the downwind. And there it goes. This just shows how well this thing can do. So we're going to go ahead and disconnect it. There we go. Down and clear. We don't have much of an angle of attack at the moment. There it is.
Angle, check 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 angle, check.
Not as smooth as the last one.
Skygate uniform, 10 miles to the west now and bound to the straight in runway 5, Morristown.
Morristown traffic, Cessna 18 Golf, clear the active. So there we have it. My review of the Portapilot is I still think it's a good thing. If I had it to do over, I'd still do it. I'd still want to have it. It's great instrument. Nothing has broke. Everything has worked. Quality's been good. No complaints about it. Like I said, I had the setup thing, but other than that, that's about it. So there, yep. I guess we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for flying along.